Yo, what's up guys? Wench Catchers Gaming here, bringing you another commentary. So today I want to really speak about the community on YouTube and just, how we've come together this past week, I think, or the past few weeks, helping out with H3H3 and Fair Use, which is, mind-boggling how, people have put aside their differences and have put money towards people who really need it to really fight off a court case. And I have a little bit of knowledge in law. I did law back in college. It's not substantial, but I did enough to understand text. I'm still very shit at understanding law, so I try my best to explain things, and I have got it wrong. Just because I've been biased doesn't mean I'm wrong. I was just very biased about the whole situation, but that's just, I'm just telling the truth because it was my opinion rather than basing it on just complete facts and letting you guys formulate your own opinions, which I do apologize on my, it was a long time ago, that video, but I just wanted to talk about H3H3 for one, and the fair use case. Now, just to bring you up to speed, fair use cases are done on a case-to-case basis. So what that means is every case is, there's no ruling. So if a one case, let's say case A, for example, the defendant lost the court case because the juror said that, this, what you're doing isn't fair, and that guy lost the case. That does not mean, because that guy lost the case in that circumstance, that if someone has a similar circumstance that's not the same but very similar to that case, that it's gonna have the same outcome. It's not. What case to case means is that every case is unique. Every case in fair use is always unique. There's no way you can have one ruling to decide it all, pretty much. It just wouldn't work, especially on fair use. So just because a juror has said on another case that this is wrong doesn't mean that the case that is similar today will win just because of that. What I will say though, those cases show us how jurors think, and even though that something that will not get ruled out because it's case to case, when you find out how a juror thinks, then they are more likely to go for that person. Because of that case, they're more likely to make a decision, because we know the general thoughts that they go through. So that's how fair use cases are done, which is a good thing because anyone can go in and argue their points, and the court won't just say, because of the previous case that we've had, you can't do this. It's not how it would work. It would always go through the same way a court case runs, so it wouldn't have that big of an impact if from a previous court case, but it still has an impact because that's the way it shows jurors think. And I think having more fair use cases is what's important here, to just get some of those, people like Lion Maker, all those big companies that are just assholes and do abuse fair use, to get them to back off, because it will show us how jurors think about this. Sometimes jurors, they may not always be envisioned or just have a knowledge in this case, because they're not meant to know. They're meant to be unbiased. But you do need someone who knows about YouTube, who knows about the internet. But in a law case, you can't have that. You need someone who's unbiased, who doesn't know any of the parties, so they can have an unbiased judgment, which is pretty standard in any law case, in any type of law firm. Not law firm, just any law case. What I will say though is, I think that it'd be nice for someone to know about the YouTube community as a juror, but not really be, because of the biasness. That is the biggest problem, because if they did know about the community, then they'd know about all these channels, and maybe in a law case that is biasness, because they have watched those communities grow. But at the same time, I feel like you really do need an understanding of how YouTube is progressing. And I think, biased or unbiased. It would really help for someone to really have a good knowledge in a juror, as a juror, of the internet or of just social media and how the social platforms work, which would be very good. But that's not how it works. I think moving on to the actual community of with H3H3, giving him that money of 100 grand plus, which he's putting in an account, towards a game lawyers that he's talked about, the 2 game lawyers, which they will basically be fighting fair use cases for not just him. That what he's done is that money is gone towards those lawyers because they're good, and they're going to use that money to not just help out H3H3 but help out other people. H3H3 is just going to be that first client for them, but now they have the money to really push it forward, which is really great. It's really great that the community have done this. I mean, especially people who have not liked H3H3, who had beef with him, then them coming together and putting money towards this cause is great, because it's not just going to help out H3H3, it's not going to help out just him, it's going to show us what a jury will really think about this case. It's going to take a long time. I mean, court cases do take a fucking long time, especially fair use cases, so we're not really going to see any big developments for some years. 2 years, 3 years, it can drag on even. So we're not going to see, that's not how court cases work. It does take significantly a long time, but a year or 2 does go by pretty fast. So hopefully I hope that they do win, because I am rooting for them. Fair use as the community as we know it, I think the policies that have come about from YouTube, I think that should be pushed forward to a courtroom. And I think that it's really important that these jurors understand where we're coming from, because it is a very different case from a real life perspective, a real life case. So I just think that it's just fucking great we've come together. I think H3H3, I'm rooted for him. I'm very scared that the juror might say, he might not win. It's a big possibility, right? It is a very big possibility. But hopefully, morally, I think that H3H3, he's the better person. I mean, all he does is critique people, but the only thing that we're going to be able to find out is, if his types of critique, the reaction videos that he does, which are very critical. He does critique it, he does talk for a long time. It's not just him showing the entirety of the video, it's him actually putting something forward, putting some actual his context towards that video and just talking about it. For a long time in the video, some of his videos are quite long, some of his videos are 20 minutes long, and he's only reacting to a 3-minute video. So that just goes to show he's not just sitting there and just reacting. He's not just reacting, which I don't think reaction video should just be you reacting. You should be providing some sort of context from yourself to make your own content, your own reaction video original and different. And that's why he critiques that, just to fall under fair use. So hopefully he wins. I really do hope so, because then we'll have a good understanding of how jurors are thinking about this, how jurors are thinking about fair use in the YouTube and the social community, online social community, I mean. So I'm rooting for him, and I'm glad that people have put money towards this cause. I mean, it's a big thing, I think, and hopefully we see something good come out of it, okay? Because it's just crazy that if he does lose, potentially he can lose a lot of money, which I think will happen. He will lose a lot of money from him just losing, because he might have to pay out to the guy who's, the bald guy, who, if he wins, he'll probably ask for money, which is pretty, you would if you did win. And I think that, this channel might be in big jeopardy, I mean. So hopefully he does win. Hopefully we do see some fucking changes. Fair use is just so fucking grey. There's big grey areas. That's why I've stopped doing gaming news. That's why I've stopped doing a lot of stuff. When I was doing gaming news, what I was doing is basically, I get my information from articles, and in my mind, if those articles weren't there, then I would not be able to talk about those things, because I'm not a reporter. I just regurgitate what was already there, but I do it in my own words. I do it in a critical way. I give my opinions after I've summarized the whole situation on gaming. It's just still a great area, even for gaming news, even for gaming news channels. So I would love to bring it back, and I would probably bring it back. I'm a busy guy now. I've got work, I've got everything. So that's just a quick update on my situation. Videos will always be coming, okay? I try to at least 3 videos a week is what I'm trying to go for. But apart from that, I mean, in terms of this YouTube community, it's fucking amazing. We've come together. It's great, and I hope to see more of this case develop in the future, and I hope that the judge is in favor of H3H3, because I don't think he's done anything wrong. I don't think he has, and this will be a good eye-opener for us as well, just to see how a juror in the world of law sees us, sees this community, and we'll just see how it goes from there. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on this, my general, just me running my mouth, to be honest, just running what's going through my head. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, leave your comment below. You're just telling me what you think about this whole situation, especially if you're rooting for him, or if you're not, if you're rooting for the bald guy, let me know what you think. It's interesting, and I think he's got a good chance in the court case. I think, he's got 2 good lawyers, and that could speak. I mean, the bald guy who fucking sent out, his letters and his actions, they're very unprofessional. So hopefully that has a good defense towards the bald guy. So yeah. But apart from that, guys, if you enjoyed, just leave a like. If you want to see more from me, subscribe. I'll also be streaming soon, so watch out for that. But as always, guys, I'll see you on the next video. So peace out, guys.
Sip on my coffee as I write another hit. At times I get cocky, so I keep a joint lit that rhymes. T-shirt the same color.